How's it? English. Welcome to Mongoose Max Hawaii channel. Yes, today is Sunday. Yep, today is Sunday, and we're gonna do a little old and new because the newspaper is called Street Fight. Street Fight. It's a big story, and I won't get too far into it. We'll do a little letters to the editor. I'm talking here. Little letters to the editor, maybe that instead. And jeez, it's Shakespeare and Sunday. So Shakespeare and Sunday. Ready, set, go. Shakespeare. Henry IV, Part 1. Yay. Well, we won't see that too either. So I have to do that in the afternoon. It's all getting out there, you know. The masks are dropping, people are getting geared up, and people are acting, and then everything's spreading, and then of course, in the corner, monkeypox. So let's do this. Old and new. It's a little random out of the Old Testament, and then a little random out of the New Testament, and then we just see what it says. In nomine Dei Patri Filii Spiritus Sancti, Veni Sancti Spiritus, Veni Sancti Spiritus, Veni Sancti Spiritus. This particular Bible does some. It's really. Okay, ready? Oh, right there. Old Testament. Where are we at? Psalms. Okay. Oh, before we do this Psalms thing. It's been rainy. I know it's been rainy, but what the heck? Everything that was a mechanical error. All right. Psalms 15. Who shall abide in God's sanctuary? A Psalm of David. O Lord, who may abide in your tent? Who may dwell on your holy hill? Those who walk blamelessly and do what is right and speak the truth from their heart, who do not slander with their tongue and do no evil to their friends, nor take up reproach against their neighbors, in whose eyes the wicked are despised. But with honor those who fear the Lord, who stand by their oath, even to their hurt, who do not lend money at interest and do not take a bribe against the innocent, those who do not, these things shall never be moved. Okay, that was a little difficult. Outside. Okay, and the new. Oh gosh. Gotta be rubric though. Rubric. Oh, down back to the maps. Okay, what do we got here? Mark. Okay. The lamp under the bushel. He said to them, is a lamp brought in to be put under the bushel basket, or under the bed, and not on the lampstand? For there is nothing hidden except to be disclosed, nor is anything secret except to come to light. Let anyone with ears hear, listen. And he said to them, pay attention to what you hear. The measure you give will be the measure you get, and still more will be given you. For to those who have, more will be given, and from those who have nothing, everything they have will be taken away. Thank you, Jesus. And speaking of Shakespeare, that's where he got his play Measure for Measure. That was coincidence, or was it? Sis, water in the yard. It's just okay. Let's move to the news. Wow, I have a little technical difficulty with overload. Let's see if this works. So to the news. Okay, and the headlines: it's street fight. Street fight. They're fighting over the street. what's happening here is they're charging people parking money to park in the street. So the guy who's collecting the money for parking doesn't own the street. Same down here in Waikiki, the food truck. Oh, cool. No, nice food, eh? Oh, thanks for a plate lunch. Oh, manapu. So those guys in the truck are being charged rent to park their truck there to sell the stuff in Waikiki, but the people collecting the money don't own the street. So these little streets, right, they're getting complaints all over the place. It's by the Chun brothers. They don't own, not only do they not own the street, they don't own these other areas of land around it, which is a really kind of big thing. Actually, let's go into this real quick. Okay, I'm trying not to make too big about this, but these guys, the Chun brothers, this is like just the tip of the iceberg. They don't really own the streets. The state of Hawaii is going after them. The state complaint says the defendants asserted false claims of ownership over certain roads in the Kaka'ako and Waikiki area solely under the guise of a single quit claim deed. So it's all resting on their little quit claim deed. And all of a sudden, yeah, so it doesn't make it clear. There's 13 lots in Waikiki and has these streets attached to them. Okay, so what they did was these Chun brothers, they're asking, the state wants like millions from them back, but they're going, no. Okay, it stems down to this. The Chuns previously contended they bought the roadways from the last living heir of the man who developed Kaka'ako in 1900 and initially owned the streets at that issue. The developer Charles Desky died in 1924. In 1985, the Chuns arranged to pay Desky's last known living heir, the granddaughter, Aileen Christensen, for any interest she had in the roads, along with some of the land in Waikiki. Waikiki land. The price was $5,000 plus 25% of any rental income from the property. So if you charge the shave ice truck $100 a month, you get $25. So they're going after them. It's big. And these guys had lawyers up the yin-yang. Like lawyers upon lawyers. They've done this thing for years. But, you know, back in the day, everything was fine. And it was like, hula time. Oh, like to get out the guitar. The ukulele's too small. And have a hula. Native Hawaiian dancer from Anchorage, Alaska gets a lesson in hula from Rosemarie, poster girl for the Hawaiian Visitor Center at the arrival of the first Western airline nonstop flight from Honolulu to Anchorage. Alaskans also demonstrated their dancing, Native Alaskan dancing. And she's like, no, you don't do it like that. You do it like the hula like style. Come on, tutu, listen to tutu, do it hula style. Okay, next. Yes. Now we look at letters to the editor inside insight. Ooh, what kind of insight? Info behind the buzz. No. What people think, eh? What did you think? Isn't there a... Oh, look a cartoon. On the bright side, we can finally start losing our COVID weight. Oh, this is so expensive. Food. So in the Red Hill thing and the controversy, they would get together in community centers, and apparently they're getting a little rousty. You need a little sergeant-at-arms stuff. Calls for civility. Reveal cowardice. At the Red Hill Fuel Tank Advisory Committee Task Force meeting, May 13th, deeply disturbing information was revealed regarding what we know and what we don't about the contamination plume under Kapukaki and the resurgence of reports and illnesses in the tapwater sheens by those on the Navy's allegedly all clear water system. They flushed, the Navy did. And then they said, all clear, and it wasn't. Also disturbing was how quickly the facilitator would reprimand eloquent locals, affected Tim families, veterans, Native Hawaiians, who arguably have been cut deepest by the contamination of an ancestral source of life. Oh, this is pretty dramatic. That's an aquifer, all the water. And testifiers with the demand that they remain civil. So they're up there going, hey, you know, you should just take out all the oil, take out all the petrol fuel. It's like, it might contaminate. You guys said you're gonna do it like, and then The facilitator's like, now, remain civil. Please. The locals are getting restless. Remain civil. The Navy's poisoning of our aquifer and its own families and leadership refusal to answer the specific questions and concerns of the entire community it continues to threaten is the true mark of uncivility. Then hide from the unfavorable words behind the tone policing. I'm sorry. I take exception to your tone.
Not in that tone, my young man.
Tone policing facilitator. That would be that of cowardice. Jolty Mark. You're absolutely right, Mark, but the drama in the way you present it is what I'm looking at. Yeah, kudos for the dedication to the nurses. So now, shall we look at one more? Hurricanes can blow solar panels away. Are we ready for 2022 hurricane disaster? Site article March 19th saying, below average hurricane season. In past hurricane disasters, Hawaiian Electric has been responsible for all aspects of supporting the power grid. Hawaiian Electric's generators were highly survivable in the worst of disasters. Heck, man. It rains and the power goes out. Gosh. Trees fall over, power goes out. It rained. People can't drive. Soon things will be different. Significant sources of electrical power will be spread all over Oahu and owned by thousands of residents. Not Hawaiian Electric. When a significant portion of Oahu's solar power generators end up in the Pacific Ocean, or in the neighbor's kitchen, what part of Oahu's total resources will remain online? Also, who will be responsible for reconstituting 100% of our power grid? How? Given the disastrous situation, how long will Oahu be without power? And did ancient alien astronauts teach Leonardo da Vinci everything he knew? The public needs assurance that those responsible for anticipated and fully planned for such electrical power disasters no power of water for weeks on end. How about sustainability of life? Toby Rushforth, Taniohi. Thank you, Toby, for another. Actually, you know what? He's got a point there, though. Hurricane comes in, the solar panels on top of the roof. Gone with the wind. That's disastrous. And if you into solar panel stuff like we are here at this house, anyways, time. Have a nice Aloha Sunday. Goodbye now. Aloha, I say. Oh look, the trade wind's almost back. Come on, blow trade wind. Fresh air. Fresh water. Fresh aloha. Fresh. Don't get so fresh with me, eh? Aloha. Goodbye now.